Welcome to Curtis Goes Corner, coming to you from a secret underground base in occupied America. Hi, you fellow thought criminals. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. I showed this quite a while ago, this short collage of videos that shows what the Democrats said for quite a while, long before the January 6th riots. And question being, if and when, and it looks like they will, the Republicans take over the House this coming January after the November midterms, will they have the backbone and or balls to go after these people? Now let's play. It's only a couple minutes long. I know people don't like long videos, but let's just take a look at some of it.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
I thought
White men, mostly radicalized to the right. There's a lot of white men in this country of all ages, from teenagers all the way through people in their 80s and 90s and over. And they're mostly radicalized. It's amazing to me. And here's a former Republican that actually worked for Bush.
you should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was said about Biden, Obama, anybody else? For some reason, you can say and damn near do anything you want to when it's a Republican elected official, especially president or senator or Congress member, or looking for confirmation to be on the Supreme Court. Anything goes. This is an old, I should say, not that old, but old enough, of Snoop Dogg video.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
Now, this ruined her career, and I'm glad. I'm glad.
That's it right there, pulling up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Now, listen to this mental pygmy. Why isn't the Secret Service all over these people? Why aren't they put on a watch list? My understanding now, the DOJ, the FBI, has a symbol for their watch list on their computer that has the Gadsden flag, a Revolutionary War symbol. Now listen to what probably the lowest IQ in Congress, and that's quite a feat. Listen to her threaten cabinet members of the Trump administration in an open forum here. There's no lot of context here.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
You got some serious nerve. Why don't these people thrown in jail, held for over a year without trial? There's people sitting in jail right now that all they did was just stand in the doorway and look. Some weren't even inside the Capitol building on January 6th and had to plead guilty because they were facing 20-year sentences for obstruction of Congress, for standing outside the doorway of the Capitol building. And there's many of them.
Not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Now, I'm not going to show that. That is someone that was a Trump supporter that was shot point blank range, I believe twice in the chest. In Portland, maybe. I think Portland or Seattle, doesn't really matter. Only thing that this person did is he was a Trump supporter. Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute. Here we have the Speaker of the House of Representatives, second in line for the presidency. It's amazing to me. She's calling for an insurrection in cities, in the streets, and nothing happened. And these people had the nerve and the gall to impeach a sitting president, Donald Trump, for inciting a riot on January 6th with billions of dollars in damage. God knows what the insurance companies had to pay out. Lives destroyed. And those businesses that were destroyed, a very high percent were minority-owned businesses. They couldn't come back from that. And some of them were family-owned or in the family for generations, gone forever. And they had the nerve and the gall to call Republicans the enemy of the people, and they had the aid of almost all, 95% of the mainstream media, 98% of the internet websites, social media. Unbelievable. Remember this when you vote in November. Even if you're going to vote for a Democrat, remember this. Say, well, John, I can't bring myself to vote for a Republican. Okay, write your own name in. Write George Washington. Write Abraham Lincoln. Write, Donald Duck. I really don't care. At least do not vote for a Democrat at the local level. And I was a local elected official in upstate New York in the early 2000s. Do not vote for anyone with a Democrat at local, county, state, or federal level for 10 years. And purge these people out. They will not be brought to justice for two reasons. One, it's too difficult, and number two is the Republicans don't have a spine. So it's up to the American people to make that choice. Remember that. Remember that every time you vote. And try to bring as a goal at least 5 people to vote with you. Do it. It's our only hope to get rid of these people forever and even have a chance of getting our country back. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.